Do you know why universal health care is such a threat to Republicans and established Democrats? You have to think of how vast the healthcare industry is. Let's start with pharmaceutical medications. People rely on it to stay alive. The United States is the most expensive country in the world for medication cost. The United States is the most expensive country in the world for healthcare costs, period. And what Abdul is saying about, Medicare for all isn't just, okay, let's make it vote switch and that's it. No, it needs to be the entire healthcare system overhauled. That includes pricing. These same pharmaceutical companies, they operate all over the world just fine. But they love the United States because that's where their profit margins are the largest. Only in America can you go to the emergency room and maybe need 3 or 4 stitches in your hand and get a bill for $1,000. And on that bill, it shows $50 for a band aid, $150 for a wrap around your arm or leg, wherever it may be. When you go to the local Walmart and you can buy a whole box of the same band aids that they're using for like $3. That's what he's talking about when he's talking about overhauling it. Nobody should have to suffer with medical debt, period. I've often said that the biggest threat to the healthcare industry is curing disease. Think about how much money cancer research brings in, diabetes research. The list goes on and on. There are people that are like, oh, if you don't like it here, leave. No, I'm not going to leave. I want to fix it. I'm just as much of a fucking American as you are. I might argue a little bit smarter than you, but I digress. Americans that pay for healthcare out of their checks, right? That can range depending on your employer, what healthcare company they choose. To pay that money, for example, like $600 a month, right? Say you pay single health care $150 a week out of your paycheck. Then you have co-pays. Oh, to go see a doctor, you got to pay, $50 or $75. Then you have deductibles. Oh, you have to meet a deductible before, insurance kicks in. What the fuck is the point? What is the point? Isn't that not the stupidest shit you've ever heard? Why do we pay for health insurance only to have to continue to pay for health care? Same thing with the auto insurance industry. We pay thousands of dollars a fucking year for auto insurance. Michigan is one of the most expensive places. There was an overhaul of the auto insurance industry here. But if we continue to pay for insurance and we don't use it, don't you think we should be, have a rebate of some of that money back? No, because each and every one of you, just like me, is a little profit machine for these fucking corporations. That's why they're scared of Abdul. Not because he's Muslim or the way he prays. They're just using that as a weapon against him. They're scared of him because he's right. They're scared of him because he is going to upset things. They're scared of him because he's going to go in there and he's going to make a lot of noise. He started something. He started something big. And I'm glad to be just a small part of it. It's really helping me take into consideration what I'm going to do in my district for 2028.